welcome to this edition of Drums of Change. We're going to start today's program with Government in Action segment, a segment that showcases the landmark achievements of Governor Peter Ob's administration in the past 6.5 years. And our guest today is Prof.Stella Okunna, State Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, as well as the Chief of Staff. Professor Okunna will be talking about her functions as the Chief of Staff. So stay tuned. Next will be the Son and You. It's another segment that highlights the activities of the Standards Organization of Nigeria under Dr. Joseph Ikem Odumodu as they wage war against substandard products in Nigeria. All right, stay tuned as we go on break.
Silence! Malaria, your days are numbered. I hereby order that you be remanded in Lonal's custody.
True talk, malaria don't pafuka with Lonat, but you must be able to identify your original loner drug. Now, with mobile authentication service, you can confirm if your loner drug is genuine. Simply scratch the back panel attached to your pack to reveal set of unique numbers. Text the numbers on the scratch panel to 38353. Receive an instant SMS reply confirming the authenticity of the loner drug. SMS text is free and available to all networks. Ensure you send the text to 38353 at the point of purchase to confirm the loner drug is genuine. Available now on loner DS packs only. Report fake loner to NAFDAC immediately with number displayed on your phone. Lonat, effective ACT for malaria treatment, is marketed by Greenlight Pharmaceuticals.
Welcome back. Government in Action is a segment that showcases the landmark achievements of Governor Peter Ob's administration in the past 6.5 years. And our special guest to talk in this segment today is Prof.Stella Okunna, the State Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, as well as the Chief of Staff. Professor Stella Okunna is tenaciously passionate about the success of this administration. And as the Chief of Staff, she puts in everything to make that possible. Moving on to Government in Action as Professor Stella Okunna joins us. Professor Stella Okunna, a professor of mass communication, was the first commissioner for information in Anambra State under Governor Peter Ob's administration, and later became the Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, a key ministry in the life of any administration. And as Chief of Staff, Professor Stella Okunna coordinates the activities of all other ministries in Anambra State. Now, Prof, as the Chief of Staff, what are your functions?
For us here in Anambra State, the governor wants somebody to help him coordinate governance. Other chiefs of staff may be chief of staff to the governor. That means you're in government house and you're in charge of the governor's staff there. In Anambra State, my job as I see it and as the governor let me know before my appointment or after my appointment was that the business of governance is a multifaceted, multi-sectoral, tedious business. And our governor is getting busier and busier. He wants somebody to help him, like I said earlier, coordinate all aspects of governance for him. That is why if you look at me as Chief of Staff, I'm also a number of things, which I think maybe that's why he gave me all those positions. I am not just the Commissioner for Planning and Budget, which makes me in charge of everything about planning and everything about budgeting in Anambra State. And if you know how fanatical our governor is about planning things he does, you will know how important that role is. And if you recall that Anambra is a poor state, you will know how important meticulous budgeting and planning are to our state. I'm sure you know, every month we know commissioners of finance go to Abuja to go and share the monthly FAC allocation. When some states go back with 20-something billion, 22, even 25 billion, 15, 18, Anambra gets home with only 3 billion when it's up to that. That means anybody governing this place must plan very carefully with that and budget well, because our IGR hasn't been robust. Even though we have the capacity to do well in IGR, we haven't done well yet. So the little money we have, we must use very carefully. So that means planning, makes budgeting and planning very, very, very necessary. Again, if you have watched what is going on here in Anambra State, under our government, a number of development partners are here. They were not here before. Many had run away. It was this governor whose management of resources, whose good governance is bringing back the ones we call donors, we call them development partners. And a good number of them are here today. My ministry is also the coordinating ministry for all development partnerships. And that's very important, because we are poor and donor or partnership money is important to us. So that to attract these partners and retain them is very, very important to governance here. And my ministry is also in charge. That means I am in charge, directly or indirectly, of coordinating all partnership programs. I'm also the authorizing officer to programs like UNICEF, European Union. That means all the programs by EU and UNICEF running here, I directly authorize the things they do here and the funding they spend in the UNICEF program. All this again goes to show you what I'm supposed to do. And I'm also the chairman of our MDGs committee. And to know how important this is, our vision as a state is to achieve the Millennium Development Goals, the MDGs. And I am chairing the committee implementing the MDGs in Anambra State. That means everything we do in this state is geared towards achieving our vision. That means geared towards achieving the MDGs. So chairing that committee becomes very fundamental. I'm also the chairman of our Good Governance Committee. And the governor has done very well in trying to achieve good governance in Anambra State. That means the person chairing that committee should be an important person. My job and the job of my committee is to watch what the government is doing in terms of giving good governance and make sure he's governing well. If he's not doing well in any aspect, it is our duty as the committee to call him to order. And that committee has been so appreciated beyond our borders that UNDP has established good governance vanguards in all the local government areas in Anambra State. That means they like what we are doing. And other states are emulating. Finally, I'm also in charge of our Vision 2020 team. And right now, the first medium-term plan 2010 to 2013 of the Vision 2020 for Nigeria is being reviewed. And Anambra State is coordinating the review in the Southeast. And I am the commissioner nominated to head that review team for the Southeast. So when I look at all this, when the authority of Chief of Staff came, it was to make sure I am doing much better all the strands, coordinating all those efforts of the government to make sure we're delivering good governance and achieving our vision in the state.
Professor Okunna, you said much earlier that the development partners, those we normally call donors before, but now development partners, you said all of them pulled out of Anambra State before this administration came into being. How then did you pull them back? That is, I'm talking about development partners like UNDP and others.
When we came in here, a partner like the UNDP, that is very, very strong today in Anambra State, had pulled away. And the governor was preparing to go and see them, to ask them to come back. And I was accompanying him. We got to Abuja, and our liaison officer there said, Your Excellency, you shouldn't go there. They will insult you. What they told me when I got there was unprintable. They said they have nothing to do with Anambra State. They would never go back there. That when they went there, the money, the partner put in its own money. And instead of Anambra State government putting its own money, it didn't put its own money. It's also embezzled the one they not put in there. So they pulled away. The governor said, I'll go there, let them insult me. And I even said, let's not go, let's go back. He insisted. And we went there. When we got in there, it was just one man who said, yes, what is it? Then when the governor began to tell his story about what he was doing here, about his vision, about how there was a new team in governance, that the old team had gone, the man said, wait, and then he went and assembled the entire UNDP. And we told that story. The rest is history. Today the UNDP is one of our strongest partners on the ground here fully. And that was the way it was. Today, practically all the partners are here. They were not here when we came. Apart from maybe UNICEF, that was here, that was everywhere. All the partners had gone. But they're here, they've been brought back because the governor is trying to govern the way governors should be given. And one thing about donors is that, one, if they give you even 1,000 naira, you must account for every single kobo. You must use the money for the purpose it is meant, that is public service, working for the people. That's one condition. You must also use the money with your own counterpart. When they put their own money, you'll be faithful in putting your own GCCC. That's the second condition. Above all, they like peace. I don't think any partners will go to Afghanistan today or to Iraq. When we came in here, you remember the history of Anambra, there was a war everywhere. Burning of buildings, killing of people, beheading people, quarreling, bad blood. One of the greatest achievements of this government is the peace and tranquility. This governor has brought back to Anambra State. We no longer hear about running helter-skelter and beheading people and burning houses. And he has also brought back decency in governance. And these are things that please the West, the partners. They love people who are genteel, who are cultured, who are civilized in government. They love peace, they love tranquility, they love accountability, they love good governance, they love a conducive environment for their work. And I don't want to boast, but I think this governor and his team have delivered a lot to satisfy our partners, and they're here, and more are coming.
Professor Okunna, in your own assessment, do you think that the governor and the government of Anambra State have done well in the past 6 or 6.5 years?
If you ask me, this government has done well. If you compare with what we met here when we came, and all the crises that intimidated us at the beginning, I think we have done well. This governor has done well. And I thank God he's been appreciated, not just in Anambra State, by the rank and file of the people, at the grassroots. He's also been appreciated within Nigeria and beyond Nigeria. Look at his achievements in Nigeria. See the way he's been appreciated by the president. He's not in PDP, but see the friendship he has established with the president. See the way he's regarded everywhere in the country with awards and recognitions. So I think we're doing well here, and that is why our partners are here, are staying with us, and we are governing in very unique ways. We are not simply doing the routine governance thing. The governor is very innovative. He's thinking of new things every day to make governance unique. See the way we send back, we give back schools missions. Nobody before then could do it. When we saw that our efforts in education wasn't as good as they should be, the governor dreamt up this novel idea to return mission schools. They were taken away in 1970 after the war to the missions, and come and see the remarkable achievements we are making in education today. Last year, in the good results, we were the first in Nigeria. Our acclaim in novelty in education and partnership with churches has been recognized beyond Nigeria. there were professors from Oxford University and the World Bank who came here to understudy what we are doing in education, what they think is a novelty. We're doing the same thing in health, in partnership with churches, and just recently we began distributing mosquito nets massively to all secondary schools with boarding students. So I think so far my duty as Chief of Staff is to look at all this, the variety of what we are doing here, and support a very hard-working and extremely busy governor to coordinate all those things.
Well, I've been talking to the State Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, as well as the Chief of Staff, Prof.Stella Okunna. Okay, at this point, stay tuned as we go on break.
Silence! Malaria, your days are numbered. I hereby order that you be remanded in Lonal's custody.
True talk, malaria don't pafuka with Lonat, but you must be able to identify your original loaner drug. Now, with mobile authentication service, you can confirm if your loaner drug is genuine. Simply scratch the back panel attached to your pack to reveal set of unique numbers. Text the numbers on the scratch panel to 38353. Receive an instant SMS reply confirming